Juventus and Eindhoven kick off in the first ever Champions League match under the new format to begin the 33rd edition of the Champions League. Juventus play the first match of the 33rd edition of the Champions League. It's Juventus FC, that's Gematria 33. The first match of the Champions League under the new format, Juventus face off against PSV Eindhoven. They are a Dutch club, and interesting, Juventus, their last title occurred against a Dutch club. And now, why is Juventus the team selected to play the first match under the new format? The answer to the question is Gematria. Under the new format, 24 teams progress to the next round. 8 teams get automatic bye in the round of 16. The other 16 teams are going to decide the other 8 teams that move on to the round of 16. So 24 teams move on to the next round of the Champions League. Juventus are the first team to play under this new format. Juventus is Gematria 24. 24 teams advance, so again, 8 teams automatically qualify for the round of 16. The other 16 teams compete in a two-legged playoff to determine which 8 teams move on to face the 8 teams that have the bye. So a round 24 teams would move on to the next round, and Juventus, they play the first match ever under this new Champions League format. So making sense of Gematria, why Juventus was chosen, the 33rd Champions League, the 24 teams to move on. But all of this, Juventus facing off against a Dutch team, their last title. Again, you know, their last title, they begin the new format against a Dutch team. It doesn't mean that they're going to win the Champions League. Eindhoven is Gematria, Juventus' last title in the year 96, but Juventus are not winning the Champions League this year. Juventus do return to the Champions League in the 33rd edition ever since it was renamed from the European Cup. Aston Villa and Young Boys is the other match that is in the morning, and I will break down some Champions League matches to predict who I think is going to win, so stay tuned for that.